action movies, today we'll be looking at the special word type of verbs and action.
What is a verb? A verb is a word used to show an action or a state of being. Verbs can also link extra information to the subject in a sentence. Look at the verbs used to show the actions of the characters in the image in the sentences below. The boy sat on the dragon. Here, the action verb is sat. The dragon flew across the sky. Flew is the action verb in this sentence. How many verbs could you use to describe the actions of the characters in this movie? Did you use any of the verbs listed below to describe the characters' actions? Let's look at the listed verbs or action words here. So we have running, looking, shouting, screaming. All of these are verbs or action words. Can you think of any more? When writing, make sure that every sentence includes a verb. Let's look at these sentences below. The Lego characters ran away. Can you spot the verb? Yes, it's the word ran. This is the action word in the sentence or verb. Let's have a look at the next sentence. Emmett shouted. Here we have the verb shouted. The next sentence is, then Batman followed. Here the verb is followed. It's the action of Batman. Your challenge. Can you write a sentence for each movie image? Make sure every sentence includes a verb. Here are some examples of sentences you could write. Image 1. The boy kicked out his leg. Here the verb is kicked, the action of the boy. Second sentence. He hit the target. Again, here the verb is highlighted in yellow as the action hit. Second image. Spider-Man jumped from the building. Here, Spider-Man jumped from the building. Jumped is the verb. He swung through the air. Spider-Man swung. This is Spider-Man's action. Modal verbs. Modal verbs are used to indicate possibility, ability, permission, or obligation. Modal verbs add further information to the main verb. Words like can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, ought, and must are all modal verbs. Let's look at this sentence. Spider-Man could see the girl. Here, the main verb is highlighted in yellow as see, but the modal verb, which adds further information about the ability of Spider-Man to see, is could. The verb to be, otherwise known as the being verb, is one of the most commonly used verbs in our English language. Words include am, are, is, was, were, have been, has been, and had been are known as the to be verbs. Let's recap our knowledge of verb types. So we have looked at action verbs, denoting an action, to be verbs or being verbs, and modal verbs. So, your final challenge is to write a sequence of sentences using a range of action, to be, and modal verbs. Send a photograph of your work to youtube@elmsbank.co.uk. Good luck!